going to show you two contrasting pictures of Jeddah. It's quite noisy here, but you can see the snarl traffic on one side, and it's like, as far as you could catch a glimpse of this main road, it's a Shari Gharnata side leading to Medina Road. You can see the entire traffic is choked. Probably it's the closing time of the schools. It is the opening day of the first day of the school commencement. In fact, I was supposed to report to work today, but fortunately I'm still not scheduled for today, and I'm using this free time to capture some of the moments, and I'll show you the contrasting world just next to this traffic. See what's happening in Jeddah these days. See piles and piles of rubbish, rubles, but it's not any sort of destruction here, but in fact the demolition of the entire locality right next to this busy street. You see the world of contrast. You can see see it's completely choked traffic, and then you see, as far as it's like it's a highway, and then you can see on the left hand side, I'll show you the billowing dust, the concrete, the piles of mountains of concrete, and see the entire locality has been brought to the ground. In fact, it's like a post-seismic earthquake scenes. You see? So it's like Jeddah in the making, or it's like a resurrection of the old city into an upcoming one, virtually touted to be, Jeddah is supposed to be, or reported to be, retaining the status of one of the most advanced 100 cities in the world. Although I'm skeptical given the scenario of the last 2 decades or so. But the way demolition is going on and the areas are being refurbished with newer buildings, high-rising towers coming up on the scale that's unprecedented. In fact, nowhere you can find construction going on. This is just a sample, just a glimpse of one of the tiny areas of Jeddah, and there are hundreds of such sites where you find piles after piles and mountains and cranes, forklifts, hundreds of them at work like monsters. Hopefully is going to bring a new face to the city I'm based in, and I've seen the city growing right from the scratch, especially this area when I could hardly find any even 4th or 5-story building. It used to be mostly independent houses of 1 or 2 floors. Not plenty of people to hire them or rent out, but there's an influx, not only of construction boom. Probably they're trying to attract investors worldwide, and obviously this will be a home to millions of people, and this one of the futuristic cities that is under constructions or being developed slowly. In fact, there are 20 mega cities already on cards, and billions of reals are being pumped into, and hundreds of such mega projects in the pipeline, including the Neom City. That's supposed to be one of its only kind in this world. It's a small, long piece of a single strip city with all of its own facilities and conduits, transport, education institutions, even the harnessing of energy will be all self-sustainable without any dependence on carbon or fossil fuels. There'll be hyperloops inside. There will be, it will be around 20 minutes to get hold of anything you wish for. Obviously, this high-tech city will take much time to shape up, but there are other cities also being almost erected from the ground, So I have a mixed feeling that it could augur well. It might take a couple of years, and once it's ready, Saudi Arabia will be showcasing its power of affluence in the form of developing ultra modern cities that could vie with any of those cities in Europe or elsewhere, yes, including Middle East, which is already in the rat race of erecting high-rising skyscrapers, one leaving the other shamed. In fact, Jeddah also is purported to have one of the tallest building, or probably the tallest one, that's going to be called 1.5, it's like mile, 1.5 mile. So it has always been, in humans' efforts to build or erect or go for, all kinds of historical palaces, buildings of repute, icons. Probably it could be one of those Babylonians, or it could be Assyrians, or it could be Byzantine, or all the great empires have always tried hard to etch out their names in the annals of historical scriptures, and we have living legends of those architecture marvels, or today we can call it engineering marvels, the modern engineering marvels, all over the world, which is unique style designs. It can be floral, it can be ship-like, it could be floating, it could be under, above, it could be anywhere. Obviously, it takes a lot of artistic acumen, not only to conceive those designs, but also execute with the advanced technology that we have got with the building material. They are self-sustainable, lasting for long, and also the kind of beautiful facades that we have to look at. So I was really aghast at those not so optimistic scenes where I find large-scale destruction of those even rather new buildings or rather reasonably habitable buildings. But it's probably because of the civic amenities and the restructuring or refurbishing of those, like electricity, power supply, parked meter system, and also to make the road safety management much more robust with hefty penalties for those violators. And the idea is to keep the cities in the best presentable shape, hoping to live here for a couple of years to witness this wonderful change scenario where things would be quite, spick and span, immaculately groomed, that Jeddah is really, called the bride of the sea, bedecked with its jewels and all kind of adornments in the form of good roads, good infrastructure, good facilities of all kinds, and resourceful, without much telling on the environmental impact. Switching from fossil fuels, petrol or diesel, or to solar power, thermal, or EVs. That's the future. Thank you very much.